Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Colorado Rockies rebuild franchise here on MLB The Show 24. Welcome to the postseason as we're here in the National League Wildcard round for a 3-game set against the Atlanta Braves. Our Rockies have done it. You know, it's only 3 years into this rebuild, and already we've gotten them back into the postseason for the first time in nearly a decade. I believe now in 2026. So 8 years ago is the last time our Rockies have been in postseason play, but the job is not done yet. Of course, our sights are set on capturing the first World Series championship in this franchise history, but it does not get easy here as we do have to go through the Atlanta Braves as we open here at Truist Park for Game 1 in this postseason play. Thank you so much for joining us, and I really hope we can have a good game here and come away with the victory. Max Fried taking the bump for our Rockies as he's set to face his former team in his former ballpark, as he's going to go against Spencer Strider, his former teammate, and Strider, last year's Cy Young Award winner, although it did go to Tyler Glasnow of the Los Angeles Dodgers this season. But there's Bud Black. He was kind of on the hot seat entering this franchise, but we've been able to turn it around in a big way. The Braves, as I said, Strider will be on the mound for them. Last year's Cy Young Award winner has led the league in strikeouts in the past 3 seasons. I think over 250 this year, over 280 last season. So we're going to have to try and avoid that, put the ball in play, and try and not let Strider's strikeout stuff kind of destroy us here today. So as you see there, the 2025 Cy Young Award winner, that strikeout to walk ratio at about 4-1, 217 innings and 2/3. And the ERA just over 3 in that whip at 1.18. So Brendan Rodgers leading it off for us here today, as we figure he's a guy who's going to kind of look at pitches and force the pitch count up a little bit for Strider as we start this National League Wildcard round with a ball 1-0 count here to Rodgers. And this one going to half check a little bit. We do get the call, so a 2-0 count here as that slider just off. 2 sliders to start this at bat. And that one up and in, so Rodgers looks at 3 straight balls to start this ball game. And of course, you're not going to give him the green light in this spot. As that slider misses, Strider still going with the slider there on 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk to start the day, not what you would expect from him. And now here's Nolan Jones coming off a career-high 32 home runs, I believe it was. First pitch swinging as he fouls off the fastball. And there you see it was 32 home runs, 69 RBIs. That average at 283. Once was at one point flirting with a 300 batting average, but kind of sputtered there down the stretch. And that was a hanger right down the plate that we looked at. Although good late break on that curveball. An 0-2 hole for Jones. Swinging at that fastball. That's Jared Kelenic giving chase, but that's going to go into the seats. Or I'm sorry, off the netting, as it remains 0-2 here. Jones right up the middle for a base hit. And just like that, runners on first and second for the Rockies. It's worth noting that the Braves are without Ozzie Albies, as he's going to miss another week or two. First pitch here to Pete Alonso. Finished 3rd in the MVP voting. Another 50 home run season for him. Hit 52, which was the highest mark since his rookie season. Although I want to say he had new career highs in average, OBP, and slugging. And the 1-0 up and in, so Strider not the best command to start, as he's now issued 2 2-0 counts here. Alonso, see what he does here in a hitter's count. Swinging at the high fastball, fouls it off. The 2-1, and that one low. As another favorable count here. 3-1 to Alonso. Santander on deck. And that one off, so 2 walks and a single allowed here in this first inning. And the Rockies have the bases juiced for Santander, who led the team with 117 RBIs, 1 more than Pete Alonso. Swing and a miss there, 99 miles per hour. Santander wanted that one. Comes off a 42 home run season, OPS at .899. This is the 900 mark by 1,000th of a point. Now the 0-1. He's going to offer up at that one, mashes it over the head of Acuna there and right. 1 run's going to score. And then Nolan Jones scores. A double there for Santander, a 2-run double. And the Rockies have recorded 2 runs before they even recorded an out here to start. And I don't think anyone forecasted this start for our Rockies against Spencer Strider. I think it's safe to say at this point in this franchise, the most dominant pitcher in all of baseball. And the Rockies, an early start here. First pitch swinging for Robert Jr., and that's mashed to left. Jared Kelenic gives chase, and that's out of here. And it's a 5-run inning in the top of the first of this National League wildcard round. An RBI double from Santander, and on the next pitch, a 3-run bomb from Luis Robert Jr., who really struggled down the stretch. We mentioned struggles from Nolan Jones there in the final month or two of the season. But Robert Jr., a lot of strikeouts, I believe, led the team in double plays. Although he still had a very good power year, but consistency at the plate has been his biggest Achilles heel in this first year in Colorado. But he starts out the postseason with a bang, a 3-run bomb, 5-0 Rockies. Here's Ryan McMahon, the long-time Colorado third baseman, as he looks at a first pitch ball. Total implosion here from Strider. And we're just looking at that one all the way. The fastball does get in there, the 1-1 count. That one inside. Good patience by these Rockies hitters to start. 20th pitch upcoming. Still no outs for Strider. And that one does duck in there, the changeup. Now evened up 2-2. McMahon swing and a miss, as Strider does finally record an out there on the inside slider. And that'll bring up Danny Jansen, the backstop here for the Rockies. First pitch swing and a miss at the fastball. Jansen, 25 home runs, really, all or nothing at the plate. He's either going to hit a home run or probably strike out for you. But we like his veteran presence on this fairly young team as he fouls off that slider. Now an 0-2 hole here. Strider trying to get another strikeout. That one way off. Now the 1-2. And swing and a miss at the high heat. Strider now back-to-back strikeouts after allowing those 5 runs. And here comes Yanquiel Fernandez, his first full season with the Rockies. It was fairly up and down, swing and a miss now at the inside fastball. We do have high hopes for him moving forward. His potential actually went up to an A during the course of last season, and he has a lot of room to grow. That fastball gets over there, so now Strider not really playing around anymore. Another 0-2 count. That one inside. See if Strider can get 3 straight strikeouts to end this first frame. A hanger there we thought we were going to touch, but a swing and a miss on the curveball. So Strider, 5 runs allowed, then he gets 3 strikeouts in a row, faces 8 batters, allows 2 walks, and of course that home run to Luis Robert Jr. has launched our Rockies up now 5-0. Santander also with a 2 RBI double, and there's Max Fried starting out with a 5-0 lead, 17-4 on the season. Just missed an All-Star appearance, although he did make it last year for us. It was his first season with the Rockies after signing as a free agent, of course, coming over from Atlanta. And of course, he would like some revenge here against his former team, as it'll lead off Michael Harris to second. Good offensive season from him, brings good defense and speed. First pitch here from Fried. That one just inside. The 1-0 will go back to the fastball. That one down the line. As we'll see if Harris tries to stretch this for 2, and he's going to hold there at 1. Good throw in by Fernandez. And a good hit there by Harris, going opposite baseline there. Sneaking that one past Ryan McMahon. Now very good speed. And here's Vidal Brujan. I think this should be Ozzie Albies because Brujan is filling in at second base. But I don't think they really adjusted the lineup, although I guess Brujan had a respectable OPS there. Although Albies, of course, is the guy who should be in this 2-hole, but he is hurt. Now the 1-0. And they steal. We were not on that at all. Kind of a little sidetracked, and I should have been expecting that. And I play with no audio. And that's kind of where I go wrong here. Usually you can hear that catcher calling it out or somebody on the field calling it out. Now it's a 1-2 to Brujan. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Nasty work there from Fried. As we, of course, have to throw it to first as that one bounced in the dirt. And now here's Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 stolen base shy of a 40-40 season. As he, of course, is maybe the most dominant player in baseball. 313 average, OPS over 1,000, 41 home runs, 115 RBIs with 39 stolen bases. That fastball way up there. Now the 1-1. Already a 7-time All-Star. That sinker hard hit to third. McMahon Have to rush that one over to first. Plenty of time, actually. There's now 2 away. They had the man on second in scoring position with no outs. And now we were able to bounce back. And here's Matt Olson. Of course, filled in at first base once Freddie Freeman jumped ship and went to the Dodgers. Very good power hitter. Plays a good glove at first as he's going to rip that fastball foul. And I'll try a change up down and away here on 1-1. And they steal again. And that is totally user error there. I'm not paying attention. I got to be a little bit better, a little more on my toes there in those stolen base opportunities. Now the 1-2, it's just strike him out as he does foul off the high heat. And I think we'll try going curveball kind of away. And that one not going to offer at that one. And I'll try the change up here on 2-2. Not offering at that one either. Very good discipline in this at bat. And Austin Riley does not get any easier. So we got to go at him with the fastball. Fouls it off again. And I'll try a little more off, but still with the high fastball. And that one he's looking at as Max Fried strands the runner there on third. A very good inning here to start. 5-0 after 1. Leading us off will be the number 9 hitter, Ezekiel Tovar. Last year's Gold Glove winner at short, although came in third this past season. First pitch swinging at a fastball there. As third baseman going to throw there to Olson at first. 1 away here on 1 pitch. Now Brendan Rodgers back up, walked in the first to spark this series, and it would eventually score on that Santander double. He's going to first pitch swing there, and then just chip that out to right field. Easy grab there for Acuna. And now that's what Spencer Strider needed. A bounce back here is just 2 pitches, 2 men out. And what a change it was from his first inning. And now Jones, of course, going to look at that all the way to avoid the 3-pitch inning, but not even going to offer at it anyway. And swing and a miss at the changeup. Should have still had the take sign on. Got a little over-aggressive. Now the 1-1, that one does get in there, as it's now a 1-2 count. Now just 5 pitches in this inning. And a swing and a miss from Nolan Jones, as it'll be a 6-pitch inning for Strider. A huge bounce back. So Max Fried goes to the bench, and he's going to have to run right out. A very quick inning there for the Rockies. Leading off now for the Braves, Austin Riley was in MVP contention this year, along with Pete Alonso and the eventual winner, Juan Soto of San Diego. Shot there to third. Easy play for McMahon against his counterpart. Sean Murphy now up. Sub-200 hitter. OPS just barely over 600. Although he did display some good power this season. Sinker does get in there for a strike. The Braves and the Rockies were 1-2 respectively in the entire MLB in home runs. Although the Braves had like 20, at least 20 more than we did. Now it's a quick 0-2 count to the Atlanta backstop. Gonna go curveball. That one in the dirt, bounces. Good stop there by Jansen. And again, a strike 3 in the dirt. Gonna have to fire over to first. And now just like that, 2 away here in the second. Third strikeout already for Max Fried. And here's Orlando Arcia. Had a pretty good offensive season at short for the Braves. Over to second, Rodgers makes the play. And that's going to be 3 up, 3 down for the Rockies as Fried counters Strider very well, as it's still 5-0 heading into the third. Here comes Pete Alonso, walked in the first on 5 pitches. Strider a little more effective there in the second, as Alonso going to offer at that first pitch fastball, fouls it off. Now a 1-2 count to Alonso. Swing and a miss, good slider there from Strider, who's starting to find his form now. 5 strikeouts for Strider on, 7 outs recorded. And that's definitely more of what we expected. Now here's Santander, an 2 RBI double back in the first. Looks at a first pitch strike. Just barely gets in there. Now that one 2 off as he goes to the changeup. The 1-1 count now. That one, good pitch, fastball right over the heart of the plate. And now we're kind of being a little too passive. We're out now 1-2. Look at the velocity on those fastballs. They just dip. They just cut so well. Now the 2-2. Santander staying alive. Barely able to catch up to that 97-mile-per-hour fastball. That one well inside. Now a full count. as Santander works it full. Here's the payoff. And swing and a miss at the curveball. Every time I see that curveball, my eyes light up. I think we're about to hammer it. But Strider has other plans. Take a look at the stat cast here. And that one just dips. 9-inch break, 1960 spin rate. And now 2 up, 2 down here to start the third. Here's Robert Jr. First pitch swinging at the fastball. Of course, had that 3-run home run to kick us off here on in the wild card round. Fastball beneath the zone, tied up 1-1. That one off, good eye by Luis Robert Jr. Now the 2-1. The 50th pitch already for Strider. And again, the curveball, we just swing over it. And that one just dips well further down than we expect. As we stay alive there, make somewhat of contact on that 2-2 slider. We'll do it again. And that one, good breaking action as we do hold up. So Luis Robert Jr. works a full count. A lot of full counts for our Rockies so far today. Here's another payoff. And again, the curveball, we keep swinging over it. That one we should have certainly had. But Strider, the curveball mixing in the fastball very well. Still 5-0 after the top of the third. Here's Kyle Schwarber join the dark side as he signed over from Philadelphia. 34 home run season at OPS over 800. He's still mashing. Not going to offer anything else, but he'll certainly mash some baseballs for you. Although we definitely like the lefty-lefty matchup here for Fried. As that first pitch fastball missed, now the 1-0. Sinker a little higher than you want it, but it does get into the zone. Now the 1-1. Sinker misses in. Here's the 2-1. We'll go inside fastball. That one does get in there, not where we wanted it placed, but we'll take the strike nonetheless. Now try to get him chasing at a slider off the plate here on 2-2. That one a lot more off than I expected. And now it's a full count here to Kyle Schwarber. We're going changeup. Should have went fastball. Although he does foul off that changeup, we'll do it again. And I'll just go with that fastball up and in. And that one he hammers foul. We'll try again. And go right back to the fastball. Lower the eye level a bit though. Now he's going to pop up to third. A good battle there, but advantage Fried. As now the number 9 hitter will come up for Atlanta, and that is Jarred Kelenic. Decent offensive season for him. 21 home runs, 72 RBIs. He's progressed kind of into a solid player here for Atlanta. First pitch fastball misses low. Now here's the 1-0. Go right back to the fastball, swinging way ahead of it. And now should we go changeup? 1-1 changeup here from Fried. That one fouled off. Now I think we go slider again here, try and get the batter chasing. That one too far off. We're not getting enough deception on these. Oh, now I think we'll try front door curveball against the lefty. Good pitch from Fried, and that one locked up Jarred Kelenic. Is that the 4th strikeout now for Max Fried, kind of going tit for tat with Strider. Of course, Strider has had a little bit more strikeouts, but Max Fried certainly not a slouch so far in this one in that capacity. Here's Michael Harris, a single to lead it off for Atlanta, although I don't think they've had a hit since. Now the 0-1 after that fastball got in there. That one gets away from Fried. Now evened up 1-1. Swing and a miss way ahead at that time. Now I think we'll stick with fastball here. 1-2 fastball up and in. Strike 3. Michael Harris goes back to the bench. And the Rockies preserve this 5-0 lead. Really nothing doing offensively after that top of the first. Still 5-0 after 3. Ryan McMahon to lead it off. Was the first out recorded back in that first inning after those first 5 runs to start. He's in the first pitch swing there at the changeup, swing and a miss. We're going to try and skip ahead in some of these at-bats now. So here's a 2-2 count to McMahon. And that one off good eye as McMahon works it full. And another full count here worked by our Rockies. Here's the payoff. And that one a curveball. And Strider's, he's not afraid to go to the breaking ball. on a three ball count. That's the third walk he's allowed, although the first since the first inning. And now here's Danny Jansen, a strikeout victim there in that first inning. Now a 1-1 to Jansen. And that curveball is so nasty. As much as you want to hold out on it, you just can't. And now it's a 1-2. That one off the plate goes past Murphy. And McMahon will advance into scoring position. No outs here. 2-2 count to Jansen. Try and put the ball in play here. Wild pitch there from Strider. And that curveball, we finally get something doing, although still a little over the top on it. Jansen does put it in play, though. 1 out. And they are going to pull Strider already. I'm a little surprised. I thought he's gotten better as this game's gone on. You know, that's your ace. And, you know, pitching for Atlanta is certainly not a strength for him. So I think you want to ride him out as long as you can. They have a lot of lefties in the bullpen, which certainly doesn't cater to our lineup. We'd rather face a right-handed pitcher. And they're going to bring out Drew Hackenberg. 3.31 ERA, a 1.22 whip. The strikeout rate not anything crazy. The walk rate a little high. And here's Yanquiel Fernandez making his debut in the postseason, along with many other Rockies on this team. Probably most of the roster. First pitch there from Hackenberg, and that's inside. So Strider goes just 3 1/3, 5 earned, responsible for McMahon there on second. There's that fastball too high now. 2-0 count to Fernandez. Now evened up 2-2. And I don't know what we're looking at as Hackenberg fights back from the 2-0 count, gets 3 consecutive strikes, and sets down the first man he faces. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter. Now 2 outs, McMahon on second for Ezequiel Tovar. Good first pitch there from Hackenberg, gets in there for a strike. Now the 0-1. And Tovar offers at that. Good changeup. Mixing up his speeds. And now Hackenberg has Tovar right where he wants him, 0-2. That one off the plate. The slider doesn't get in there. Now the 1-2. Tovar not offering at that one. And now Tovar actually works it full here after an 0-2 count. And that one off, so Tovar comes back from 0-2 to work a walk. As the lineup does turn over now. 2 men on for Brendan Rodgers, 0-for-1 with that walk. Back in the first, and he's looking silly on the changeup. Way out in front of that one. Rodgers coming off his second Gold Glove award of his career. And a ground ball there to second. There's Brujan over to first, and crisis averted for Atlanta as they keep this at a 5-run deficit heading into the bottom of the 4th. Vidal Brujan to lead it off, struck out in his first at-bat. And if you're Max Fried at this point, you know, you can just kind of attack hitters. Just go at him. You have a 5-run lead. Now as we kind of enter the middle parts of this ball game. But don't sleep on Atlanta. As I said, they led the Bigs in home runs. And with guys like Acuna Jr., Olsen, Austin Riley, you know, one trip through the lineup and you can be in a pretty deep hole. So 1-2 now. We'll try the changeup. That one grounded to second. Rodgers makes the play there against his counterpart at second base. So 1 up, 1 down here in the 4th. And that brings up Ronald Acuna Jr. And after this game, I think we will quick manage one and see if we can wrap up this series. Otherwise, I think we'll save Game 3, you know, the elimination game, and do another full episode with that. So here's the 0-1 to Acuna Jr. And also, I was looking up, you know, playoff appearances for Colorado throughout their history. And the first time they ever made the postseason, I believe it was 1995. It actually was in a series against Atlanta, although the Braves took that one 3-1. Bobby Cox, of course, the manager for those Braves teams back then when they were winning the division there in the NL East every single year. Players like Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, Javi Lopez, of course, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz were all there. And that's a strike 3 to Acuna Jr. as he hopes to, you know, probably already at this point in his career, mentioned in the same breath as some of those Braves greats like Chipper Jones. But there he strikes out. Now here's Matt Olson. 2 up, 2 down here for Max Fried. Trying to set them down in order here. Olson looks at a strike. Now the 0-1. That fastball a little high. Now evened up. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss there from Olsen. I think we're going to try a front door curveball again. The curveball has been working pretty well in a limited sample size so far. And that one doesn't really even get any break. Olsen probably just trying to fight it off in that instance. And Fried racks up another strikeout. Atlanta just one hit as they've been set down. And I think 12-11 in order at this point. Still 5-0 after 4. As we'll have Nolan Jones to lead it off, a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Drew Hackenberg still out there on the mound. As Jones' first pitch swing, going to rip that to left. Jared Kelenic giving chase to the track. As he'll make the play. 1 pitch, 1 away here for Hackenberg. As that now brings up Pete Alonso 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Swing and a miss there, first pitch. And I think Atlanta probably throwing Hackenberg out there just to eat some innings. You know, kind of not totally giving up here, but you know, you don't want to bring out your top options in the bullpen when you're down 5-0 when you have 2 more games of this series. Alonso kind of lost focus there as we offered at that one. Not sure if we even crossed the plate, but I think we got a lucky break earlier with one of those, so maybe they're evening it out. Alonso goes back, and here's Santander. First pitch swinging. We're going to send that out to deep center. It looks like Michael Harris settling there underneath. And the Rockies go down 1-2-3. As you know, still not much resistance offensively for Colorado after that first inning. But still moving along here. And as long as we can preserve this 5-run lead, that's all that matters going into the bottom of the 5th. Here's Austin Riley again, a 50 home run season. 927 OPS, hits lefties extremely well. Maybe the best hitter against lefties of anyone in the National League. Made the All-Star team this past year for the 3rd time in his career. Swing and a miss, a fastball kind of served up on a silver platter for him. And he can't touch it. Now here's the 1-1. Changeup swung on and missed. Max Fried changing up speeds very well. We'll go right back to it. Maybe catch him off guard with another changeup. That one misses low. And it's now 2-2. We'll try a curveball. Kind of go across the plate with this one. And that was a nice one, although it got too much break. As here's the payoff pitch. 3-2. Go change up, and he does send that to left field. As Yanquiel Fernandez settles underneath and makes the play. 1 up, 1 down. Max Fried continuing to mow them down. I think now that's 12 in a row he's set down. Now here's Sean Murphy. As he's going to hammer that one foul. Go back to the changeup. It's been working very well here. Now 0-1. Looking at that one inside. So 0-2 will go fastball kind of high and away. See if we can get him chasing. That one he's going to send out to right field, right to Nolan Jones. Has to backtrack a little bit as he gets underneath, makes the play. Now 2 away here. Fried continues to cruise. Orlando Arcia 0 for 1. As is most of the batters here, at least 0 for 2 to this point. Most of the lineup, I believe Michael Harris, the only batter with a hit for Atlanta. Although I think we haven't really had any hits either. We have 5 runs on just 3 hits. A quick 0-2 count. We'll just send him another fastball here. That one he's just barely able to get a piece. Sends that back. Now go curveball away from the plate. Not offering. I think we'll just try it again here. Go curveball here on 1-2. That one chops it to short. There's Tovar. Fires to first. And now another clean inning from Max Fried, just cruising here in Atlanta. Feeling comfortable in the place he used to call home. There's Luis Robert Jr. 3-run home run in the first. That really set the tone despite a 2-run RBI from Santander moments before. First pitch swinging at the changeup. Our patience at the plate has really decayed as we've gone on, but you know, up 5-0, we don't have to be as selective, especially when Max Fried is so dominant. Although, I mean, that's maybe not the best outlook to roll with, but what are you going to do now? Ryan McMahon showing a little bit more patience than we have been. Joe Jimenez, Matt Strahm, the former Philly, followed Kyle Schwarber over here to join the Braves. And McMahon going to swing at that one. Looks like he did get a good piece of it to the tractor. Kelenic still giving chase, and that is out of here as Ryan McMahon goes opposite field. And we finally get something going since that first inning. Drew Hackenberg was kind of cruising himself out of the pen, but Ryan McMahon takes him deep there. 389 just barely carried enough to get out of here. Now the Rockies up 6-0. And, you know, one of these games, we really hope that we're not using all of our run production of this series, because as good as this game has gone, we still have to win one more in the next two. But we're not going to think about that quite yet. Of course, we still have to finish this one out. Max Fried has been dominant. McMahon and Robert Jr. home runs for them. Now here's Danny Jansen. Good restraint that time. Slider off the plate. Now a 2-1 to Danny Jansen. And he'll rip that through the gap there between short and third into the left field. We get the perfect Danny Jansen, his first hit of this postseason. As now here's Yanquiel Fernandez, currently 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts to start his postseason career. That time able to hold up on the changeup. Now the 1-0. That one is going to send into foul territory. Jared Kelenic giving chase. And luckily that one off the netting. As Fernandez has fresh life here. 1-1. Now a 1-2 count. Trying to avoid a third strikeout. As he does hammer that, well, not hammer it, but he does send that to the left. Thought it was a little bit harder off the bat than it was. As he flies out there to his counterpart in left. Kelenic corrals that one. Now here's Ezequiel Tovar. Already his third at bat as our number 9 hitter. High fastball does get in there for a strike. And you would have to imagine this is probably the last inning. They're going to have Hackenberg out there, I would assume. Hit there to second. And Bruhan, easy out to Olsen there at first, so the Rockies add on another one on the Ryan McMahon solo shot, as it's now 6-0 from Truist Park. Leading off will be Kyle Schwarber. Popped out in his first time up. Did have a good at-bat, though. Worked a lot of pitches there from Max Fried. Now here's the 0-1. That one gets in there as well, so a quick 0-2 hole here for Kyle Schwarber. We'll go change up down and away now on the 0-2. That one bounces. I think we'll just try to, or maybe we'll go slider. We haven't done a slider in a good bit. So now the 1-2 here. I thought he was going to offer at that one, but good restraint from Schwarber. We'll try a fastball. Kind of up and in. That one 2 up. As again, Schwarber works a full count. I think we'll go change up now. I feel like he was offering at those earlier. The payoff, change up, swing and a miss there from Schwarber as Max Fried continues to roll. Now 8 strikeouts for him. And now here's Jared Kelenic, a previous strikeout victim of Fried. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So the Rockies just 11 outs away from getting out of this one. That's going to be sent out to deep center, right center, as Robert Jr. Plenty of time to get underneath that one. Makes the play. Now 2 away in the 6th. As Atlanta's lineup turns over. Michael Harris, the last Atlanta Brave to reach base. And that was to start the game. We're now here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Max Fried has been mowing him down. And that's an understatement. Dominant postseason start as he does get the call there. Now the 1-1. The 77th pitch upcoming, as his stamina is kind of running a little bit lower, but we would love if he can work through at least one more inning of work. Now the 1-2, try and get him chasing on a curveball. And that one chopped to third. Good pitch from Fried. Good job by Harris making contact, although not enough, as we do get the out. So 6 down here in Atlanta already. Rockies still up 6-0. Brendan Rodgers to lead off the 7th inning now, as we're set for our 4th run through the lineup. And they do leave Hackenberg out there, swinging a miss there on the changeup.
0-1.
Now the 0-1. And Rodgers going to send that to short. A weak ground ball. Arcia Fields throws to Olsen. 1 up, 1 down for the Braves. A 3-1 count here worked by Nolan Jones will skip ahead in this at-bat. And he does hammer that slider out to left, but Kelenic underneath there as he makes the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Pete Alonso, who struck out pretty bad in his last time up. 0 for 2 with a walk. Trying to get something there in the stat sheet as he's going to swing at that first pitch changeup. And Kelenich's been very busy out there as he makes the play. So it's time to stretch here in Atlanta, although I don't think the Braves nor their fans will be able to enjoy much relaxation at this point as they face a big deficit with just 9 outs left to work with. Vidal Brujan back up there, of course, filling in for the injured Ozzie Albies. And Albies, a 95 overall second baseman, switch hitter, and just a huge loss here for the Braves in the postseason. As a first pitch swinging there for Brujan, and he fouls out there fouls out in foul territory, of course. And now here's Ronald Acuna Jr. has to offer something, trying to ignite this team.
Ball 1, no strike.
As it's now a 1-0 count, we'll go to the sinker. Swing and a miss on the sinker. Now, Acuna Jr. has just been off on a lot of his swings here today. There, here's the 1-1. We'll go change up. And that time, just looking at it, kind of, over the heart of the plate. Let's try a curveball here. 1-2. That one hung right over the plate. Acuna Jr. Good hit out there to right over the head of Nolan Jones. Acuna Jr. around first, head for second. Strong relay throw in, but still Acuna Jr. too fast. As finally the Braves get something going. Up to this point, I believe that was 18 maybe set down in a row by Max Fried. And finally Acuna breaks the seal. And I think it might be time just to get some guys warming up just to be proactive. I think Gilbreth will go for our lefty, and then Antone for our righty. But we'll see if Fried can still work through at least the rest of this inning. Matt Olson up. Nice looks at a first pitch ball. And that fastball way in there. And now a favorable 2-0 count here to Olson. And that sinker misses as well, so he gave up that double, and it's now a 3-0 count to Olson, although we do get that strike in there, and we definitely want to attack Olson instead of Riley, so we'll just go fastballs the rest of this at bat, or at least to get it to 2 strikes, and Olson going to send that down the first baseline. Acuna Jr. going to round first and scores. That's an RBI single to get the Braves on the board, as it's now a 6-1 ball game here, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Of course, have to go for the mound visit here. And this may be the last batter Fried faces. The dangerous Austin Riley, although swing and a miss at that one. That was a sinker. Now we'll go change up down. Hopefully get the double play ball. That would be a perfect end to Max Fried's dominant performance here today. We'll try a slider. Swing and a miss. Great pitch there off the plate from Fried. Now we'll continue another breaking ball to the curve. That one Riley not going to offer at. And we'll try a sinker again. And that one too low. We needed a little more lift on it. So here's a full count to Austin Riley. Swing and a miss on the changeup, as Riley does want that one back. Max Fried wins that battle again for his 9th strikeout, as that'll bring up Sean Murphy. And this will be the last batter we let Fried face. We'll see if he can at least get out of this 7th inning. If not, we'll turn the keys over to the bullpen. The 1-0 will go fastball. Murphy looking at that one all the way. And we'll try it again here. Go fastball. And again, just looking at it, not taking the bat off his shoulder. And now we'll try a changeup. Murphy, a soft one there to third, stabbed by McMahon. And we do get the out. So 7 innings, the Braves do get their first run off that RBI single, which scored Acuna Jr. But Max Fried, 7, I don't even know how to describe it. Just 7 outstanding innings, I guess we'll say, as he ended with 9 strikeouts, 1 earned, just 3 hits, and a dominant performance on his old home turf. As the Braves will go back to the bullpen here. Joe Jimenez will face Anthony Santander. Now here's a full count to Santander. Jimenez is first batter he's facing. Santander does send that to left against the heavy shift, although that's just foul, as Santander gets robbed by just inches of his 2nd extra base hit of the game. And we'll do the payoff pitch here again. Good pitch by Jimenez, but they call it a ball. I honestly thought that fastball got in there, but I'll definitely take the benefit of the doubt there. I'll take that call as we get the leadoff man on. Santander on first. Here's Luis Robert Jr. as he's now in a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss from Robert Jr. goes down on strikes for the second time here today. And it's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. He'll give you the pop, you know. He'll smash a home run, but he's probably going to strike out at least a couple times. So I think if you have one or two guys like that in the lineup, I think you can afford that trade-off. Now here's McMahon, first pitch swinging, as of course he went yard in his last at-bat, as he made it 6-0, but the Braves have since added a run. And now here's the 0-1. That one off the plate. And again, we work a count full, so here's Ryan McMahon, the payoff pitch incoming. And that's going to be hammered to the gap out there in right center. That's going to be off the wall. McMahon going around first, head for second. Santander going to hold there at third. So two men in scoring position after the McMahon double. Had the home run earlier, now a double, as he's now in scoring position. And the Rockies, of course, threatening here to extend this lead. They're going to go back to the bullpen here. Matt Strahm, dominant season there, his debut season there with the Braves. As I mentioned, came over from Philly with Kyle Schwarber and also JT Realmuto, who has been more of a backup to Sean Murphy despite Murphy's lackluster offensive season. And now here's Matt Strahm, just one out here in the 8th. First pitch swinging there from Jansen, misses on the fastball. Now 2-2 here. That one down and in, as Jansen works it full, as you would expect here. It's been the case most of the time in the later goings, I feel like, especially in this inning. Jansen going to just ground that up the gut. Santander scores. McMahon going to try and test it and score, as he does get home. So now 8-1 Rockies. A 2 RBI single from Danny Jansen extends this lead, as we have absolutely broken this one open, dominating the entire way. The Braves really showing no resistance in this one. Fernandez swinging a miss there at the fastball. Looking at the bat, he's really not making any contact here today. 2 strikeouts. Flew out in his last at-bat. And believe it or not now, Fernandez has worked the count full. So here's the payoff pitch from Matt Strahm. And swinging a miss, the slider got us. Fernandez goes down on strikes for the 3rd time, as that'll bring up Ezequiel Tovar 0-for-2 with a walk. Now a 2-2 count to Tovar. And the cutter got us. He goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Strahm to end the inning, but not before our Rockies strike for 2 more on that Danny Jansen 2 RBI single. Just 6 outs to work with for the Atlanta Braves, as we are going to go to the bullpen. We'll bring in Kyle Freeland. He was our 5th starter most of the year, and I kind of already said we're going to make him a long relief guy going into next season, more than likely, as we do have to eat the last year of a $15 million deal, something in that nature. So here with the 7-run lead, we'll just send him out there. First pitch gets the ground out there. Tovar to first, and we'll just kind of get him, allow him to eat these last 2 innings, especially with the success that the lefty Fried had. We'll stick with that lefty. We'll keep our 2 middle relief guys there in in Gilbreth and Soto. We'll keep them fresh and just give Freeland the last couple innings here, assuming he can keep it, you know, pretty respectable at this point. A 7-run lead, only 5 more outs to work with now. Make it 4, as Schwarber, a nasty curveball there from Freeland, gets Schwarber locked up. Now here's another lefty, Jared Kelenic now up. Just 4 pitches, 2 outs here for Freeland. First pitch swinging there was Kelenic, as he fouls that off. Now the 0-1 will go fastball. Now he's going to just send out to left, a blooper, as Fernandez settles underneath. A very quick inning of work there for Kyle Freeland. Just 1 more inning here from Truist Park, as our Rockies lead 8-1. Dylan Lee will come on out now, the lefty. As I did mention earlier, a lot of lefties in this bullpen for Atlanta. And we just saw Matt Strahm and now Dylan Lee. And, you know, we're kind of chipping into their bullpen here in this game 1, so they're going to need a good start next time out. I believe Jose Urquidy is going to start game 2 against our Aaron Savali. So they're going to need a good, lengthy start from Urquidy next time out, as Brendan Rodgers is going to foul off that 0-1. And he's now in a quick 0-2 hole. We're going to try and jump ahead a little bit more now. Brendan Rodgers strikes out, so we'll just jump ahead here to this Nolan Jones at bat. First pitch swing, going to rip that into the crowd. Now the 0-1 from Dylan Lee. Now a 2-1 count. Jones going to get underneath that one, sends it to shallow right field as Ronald Acuna Jr. underneath makes the play. So now just one more out here for this Rockies offense. And here's Pete Alonso still searching for his first hit in this ball game. Pretty much everyone else has a hit, it seems. Although it took a little bit for our hitting to get going. I mean, just 3 hits, I think, in the first 4 or 5 innings. As it's now an 0-1 count to Alonso. But we've gotten a flurry of them here down the stretch of this ball game. Now an 0-2 as Alonso swings through that fastball at risk of going 0 for 4 here with a strike on this pitch, although that one does miss. Now the 2-2, a slider misses in, and that slider misses off. So a full count worked here by the polar bear, Anthony Santander on deck. See if Lee can deliver in this spot. And the slider there works right back over the plate, and Alonso goes down looking. A very good pitch there from Dylan Lee, as the top of the order will be up for Atlanta, although they have a long way to go. 7 runs they need to keep this game going with only 3 outs to work with. And Michael Harris will lead it off here. Kyle Freeland, a very efficient 8th inning of work. 3 outs, took just 6 pitches. Swing and a miss there on the sinker. Michael Harris inspecting the bat for any holes there. As he swung through that one, we'll go right back to the sinker. That one gets in there. A quick 0-2 count. Now we'll go slider off. See if we can get the chase. And that one, we don't even need the chase, as that tucks in there, the outside quadrant of the plate. Kyle Freeland gets the call. Now 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Vidal Brujan up. As he looks at a fastball in there for a strike. And now the 0-1. That one right there to second as Rodgers does field it. And just like that, 2 up, 2 down now in the bottom of the 9th. The Atlanta Braves down to their final out. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. Doubled off the wall in his last time up. Now we're going to rip it to center, and it does fall in for a base hit, his 2nd of the day. So he's doing his part to an extent, just not getting, no one really executed well here for the Braves today. As now here's Matt Olson trying to keep it going. He's going to hammer that into the gap. And I think that one might score Acuna, as he's going to come around to score. So an RBI single from Olson earlier, now an RBI double, as he's responsible for both runs batted in for Atlanta, while Acuna has scored both. And now, like I said, Freeland was kind of coasting there. And now back-to-back hits have brought home a run for Atlanta, now an 8-2 game. Austin Riley up. All right, so foul that one off. So a 1-2 count. We'll try curveball. I think off the plate. That one bounces in the dirt, and Matt Olson will advance to 3rd. So Braves have a little something going here. Still, of course, would be a monumental comeback effort, especially in this spot down to their final strike. But they have been able to muster up a little something. That slider misses inside. Now we'll try a high fastball and just attack in this spot as Riley stays alive. And I think we will go to the changeup. Down to their last strike here. Swing and a miss as the Rockies take game 1 of this wild card round. Tremendous performance from Max Fried on the bump against his former ball club here in the Atlanta Braves. Santander was good, had a 2 RBI double. Of course, that 3-run home run from Luis Robert Jr. McMahon, a home run of his own with a double as well. As we were just kind of clicking in this one, we started with a very, passive, very conservative first inning, where we just looked at a lot of pitches. We didn't want Strider to get too ahead of us, and we kind of let him be his own enemy with a couple walks, a couple hits allowed, and of course that big home run from Luis Robert Jr. as our Rockies take game 1 of this 3-game set. We take the next game, and we are heading to the NLDS for a matchup with the Dodgers, but we got to win 1 more to get there, and this team is certainly riding high into game 2, where I believe we'll be at Coors Field. So now we see there the playoff bracket, just one other game here on the first day of postseason play as the Yankees win Game 1 there against Kansas City. As we will just go a quick manage game here to start, end this episode. Kind of all out of sorts, still kind of sporting a high after that big one there in Game 1, as we'll have Aaron Civale on against Jose Urquidy. The second season here, Urquidy is with the Braves. Just make minor changes to the lineup. So Brendan Rodgers leading us off here in Game 2, a leadoff single, as we can win the series here with a win, as we would advance to play the Los Angeles Dodgers. So a single, then a walk. Now Pete Alonso strikes out, a pop-up from Santander, and we threaten there, 2 men on with no outs, and then Urquidy responds well. Now Michael Harris to lead it off. A 1-out walk there to Brujan, then an RBI double from Acuna Jr. as they waste no time here today. We'll go pitch to contact here against Olsen. They get the stolen base, and that's going to bring home Acuna Jr. on the sac fly. So 3 RBIs already in this series for Matt Olsen, as Atlanta up 2-0 after 1 inning. Ground out, 2-out single there for Tovar. Now Yanquiel Fernandez, as he strikes out again, already his 4th strikeout in this series. Schwarber strikeout there to Arcia. Now Jared Kelenic, a 2-out triple. Here's Sean Murphy, and he gets the RBI single. So Civale, not a good start, as he does get out of that second inning, though. 3-0 Braves here in the top of the third. Another single from Brendan Rodgers. We'll go hit and run this time with Nolan Jones, as he does ground out, but Rodgers does advance to second, wiping out the double play possibility. Now Pete Alonso strikes out. Santander walks. Now 2 outs here for Luis Robert Jr., and he gets the 2 RBI double as we get back a little bit. Now 5 RBIs already in this series for Robert Jr., as Ryan McMahon grounds out. Now bottom of the third, we need Civale to respond well here. We get the error, not what we needed. A stolen base, and then he tries to steal third. So Acuna Jr. reached on a walk, and then Brujan was thrown out at third trying to steal. So 1 out here for Matt Olson. Another error. What is going on with our fielding? Then a walk. So now bases loaded again here for Kyle Schwarber. He gets the RBI single. Arcia strikes out. Now 2 away for Jared Kelenic, and he gets the 2 RBI singles. So now 6-2. I think now at this point we should go to the bullpen. We'll see if he can get 1 more out, as he did get a strikeout. So 6-2. The Braves have scored in every inning so far. Now top of the fourth, a 1-2-3 inning there from Urquidy. And Aaron Civale just did not have it for us in this game. I'm really not sure who to go with in the bullpen. We'll give him a couple more batters here. Strikeout, ground out, 2-out single. Now for sure we'll go to the bullpen here. We'll bring out a lefty to face Matt Olson, who has higher stamina between Soto and Gilbreth. Really even. We'll just go with Gilbreth here. And he gets the strikeout. Now top of the fifth, still 6-2. Ground out, strikeout, pop-up. So a 1-2-3 there from Urquidy. Now bottom 5, we get the pop-up there, pitching around Austin Riley. Now Schwarber flies out, and Arcia a ground out. So good work from Gilbreth since entering the game. And another 1-2-3 inning there from Urquidy. We'll let Gilbreth face Kelenic here, the lefty, and he gives up the leadoff double now. Bottom of the 6th, we'll go with a long relief spot here. We'll go Peter Lambert. And he gives up a single now, 7-2, gets a strikeout. Another single, and then another single. Now 8-2, and then another single. Now 9-2. And the Peter Lambert experiment did not work out here today, as we will have to go back to the bullpen. There's Scott Barlow, hits a man, gets a strikeout. It's now 2 away. Bases loaded again for Arcia, and he pops up. 9-2 now in the top of the 7th. Ground out, strikeouts. Now Urquidy has really found his form. Has set down at least 9 or 10 in a row. Scott Barlow still on the mound. 2 outs, and then gives up the 2-run home run to Brujan. And this is just super ugly right now. I don't even know who to bring out. I guess Taj Bradley will give him a batter there. So now top of the 8th, an 11-2 ball game. This is just super ugly. Finally, we get a base runner, Nolan Jones, a single. And then a pop-up strikeout. Now, bottom of the 8th, we'll just leave out Bradley here for hopefully what is the last inning, as he gets a 1-2-3. So facing a 9-run deficit here in the top of the 9th. Pierce Johnson on to close it out. Solo shot there from McMahon. He's now homered in each game to start this series. A 2-out single from Tovar. A double from Fernandez. So 2 men on there at second and third. Brendan Rodgers back up, and he strikes out. So We split the first two here. We took game 1 8-2 and then lost 11-3. So both matchups so far have been of blowout proportions, we'll say. As next episode, we'll pick it up here. Game 3, the deciding game here in this NL Wildcard series, as we'll have Casey Mize on against Reynaldo Lopez. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad we at least had a good live performance in this episode where we took down the Atlanta Braves 8-2, although I was hoping we can close it out there in Game 2, but they were just too strong. So Game 3 will be at Truist Park as we get an updated look here at the bracket to close. Kansas City and New York. The Yankees there took Game 1. Kansas City took Game 2, as they'll have a Game 3. The winner of that will play Minnesota. Tampa Bay has beaten Houston there in Game 1. The winner of that series will face Baltimore. And then over in the NL, Chicago beat the Padres in Game 1. And our series, of course, will come down to that deciding Game 3. But as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.